Welcome back, everyone. Today is September 16th. It's a Friday. Just getting ready to head to visit my daughter and friends. I'm going to be away for a while. And little backstory. When was this? Back in May or April, I ordered a Takeuchi TL12-V2. And they said it was going to take quite a while to come in, and the salesman Josh told me that the specs on the Manitou, which if you haven't watched the video on me picking it up, you can watch that. Got a lot of views, but said, you know, the specs were very similar, and you know, I would probably like it. And well, I unfortunately only test drove it for you know, like 10 minutes. And I said okay, because I needed it, and I couldn't wait. You know, I didn't want to wait since April. So anyway, I bought it, and actually, I'm pretty sure when I drove it on the trailer, I knew that I probably didn't like it. And after I got it back here and I was using it, I don't know, I just didn't really like it. It's very, I think part of the problem is these counterweights. I think they put too much weight in the back. I think it's 400 pounds. But I think this would be better without the counterweight in the back. It's very jumpy. I mean, the thing jumps. I mean, you could do a wheelie with it. And when I loaded it on the trailer, next time I would back it on, it felt like it was going to go over backwards. But anyway, the cab is very small. Not that I'm big, but it just feels very, very cramped. So anyway, the TL12 is in. I'll put up a couple of pictures. The salesman sent me that, and so this one is going bye-bye. It's going back to NED. They bought it back, so that was nice of them to do. They'll get to sell it again. They'll make a few bucks. I lose a few bucks, but that's all right. I had fun, made a video out of it. And anyway, so I'm gonna get a video of them loading it up. And then, obviously, I will get a video of the TL12. I will not get that until Monday the 26th. It's in, but because I won't be back, so they're going to deliver it then. So, all right, we'll get a shot of them coming to get it. All right, that's a little overkill, but it'll work. That machine is so ass heavy. All loaded up, and I'm going to show it again. This is what I love the best about this machine. I wish the Takeuchi had this. They only have one, and then you have to hook up in the front. But this is great. I don't know why they don't switch over to that, because especially on my big techs, I can just hook right up to it and I've got a big hook and a regular chain hook, and it hooks right on there. And that was the thing I loved the most, was that. But that's not the reason to buy a machine, is it? So it's all in perfect shape. It's like brand new. Like I said, might have just hit 16 hours. I had to go get him those blocks to load it up because it wasn't going to make it. And as you saw, this thing is so ass heavy, but nothing wrong with it. Somebody will give it a home. And there we go. All right, Skyler was my driver there. Very, very nice guy. Very good at what he does. And there it goes. Out with the new. Next clip, in with the newer. All right, well, today is September 26th, Monday. Today is the in with the newer. So the new Takeuchi TL12-V2 23 model, High-Flow. Same as Chris's, but this is High-Flow. So what I also did, when I made a mistake, I think I talked about it, I got a 4-in-1 bucket, which you may have seen in another video when they were delivered, and I didn't specify that I wanted one with teeth. So I never used it. So again, the dealer's just swapping it out for me. So I'm getting a 4-in-1 bucket with teeth as well. So I gotta load that back up for him when he gets here. But I've got the Kubota ready to go to pick that up and load it on his trailer for him. So this way we don't have to swap, because I'm also getting a regular smooth bucket with the Takeuchi. So he should be here soon, so we'll get some shots of that, and I'm gonna have him go over it all. I'll have him go over it all so we can see what all the features are and get the new smell. Well, just got the call. He should be here in about 5 minutes, so I put the tripod camera on, and I will catch him when he comes in, and we'll get a look at it, and he'll get it unloaded, and we'll go over it. All right, here it comes. Okay, I missed, the camera didn't work, and I missed him unloading it, but he put it back right where all the other machines are. So there it is. There's my TL12-V2. No, just kidding. That was one of the things that I got with it. Look at this. Nice and shiny. Howdy.
What's up?
Nice and shiny.
Nice and shiny.
Have a good, uneventful trip?
Yeah.
That's good.
One of those things that always takes a little longer. And
well, especially when you can't go as fast.
yeah. And, but yeah, made it. So here she is.
Very nice. Long wait, but it's here.
That's right. It's like everything now. It's a long wait.
Yep. First start. Well, it's not first start, but first start for here. I've got to go put the forks back on the tractor to get that bucket off. I took it off because I figured I'd lift up the bucket that needs to be returned and just set it right on there. But the bucket's turned around the wrong way, so I'll have to go get it.
We've got our brand new Takeuchi TL12-V2. It's the largest machine in the Takeuchi lineup. This machine's got 111 horsepower. It weighs in just shy of 13,000 pounds. High-flow machine, enclosed cab, comes standard with the Lexan door on their high-flow machines. It's a beast of a machine. So we can start up front. This particular machine and every machine that is an enclosed cab from Takeuchi comes standard with your hydraulic quick coupler, which is right here. In case of emergency, if you break a hose, you can also use these as a manual detach. One nice feature that Takeuchi has is every grease fitting on the machine is painted yellow. Stands out. And all the hoses on these machines, where their wear points are double wrapped, they have their nylon sheath and then PVC coating on top of those. Up front here we've got our coupler block, standard flow and high flow. You also got your pressure relief valve right there, so when you take the lines off, you just pull this out and go up and down, and it takes the pressure off so you can get your lines on and off.
Very good feature.
There's a safety feature on this machine, on all Takeuchis. This little plate right here. You cannot use that hydraulic coupler if this is plugged up. That keeps you from snatching these lines off. So just know that if you're in the machine one day and you're trying to get something off, if you got hoses plugged in, it's not going to come off.
Okay.
Just unplug those and it'll go to work, and that's just a little safety feature. Your standard 14-pin connector for any electrical attachments that you may need. LED lights on these machines come standard. This machine being a high flow, you've got your FOPS protection on the roof. I know a lot of guys, that's an additional feature. Everything up front, heavy duty all the way around. Substantial cross member in here, your bolt-on replaceable steps, all your railings up front, handles, that's replaceable. It's a common part that gets mangled up. You don't have to cut them and weld them. So
nice.
Unbolt them and replace them. Same thing with your rain guard up top above your lights. It's a replaceable bolt-on item. Coming around to the side on this machine, you can see how beefy these loader arms are.
Yeah, massive.
I mean, substantial amount of metal. This machine being a full track loader, Takeuchi does not make a skid steer rubber tire loader. This is a purpose-built machine as a track loader. Everything's fully welded underneath, all the way across. Heavy duty tub, a lot of steel. Your diesel fuel and your depth fill, there's got a switch right here. So if you were filling it up with diesel fuel and you press and hold this, so the shorter the beeps are, the more full you are.
Okay, so you don't overfill.
Yep, same thing with the depth. Full on is it is a slap full. The gauge be showing full on the other one as well. Heavy duty undercarriage, long life tracks, high quality, large diameter rollers and sprockets. Reduces your wear. Larger diameter, less turns. Back here, large, very large diameter hydraulic cylinders. So you will notice that there's weeping oil. It will weep for about the first 10 hours and then it'll quit.
Okay.
So just every vertical machine in the TL12 does that.
Well, that's good. That'll answer a lot of questions
it will
on
quit,
that.
after about 10 hours. They were looking into why that does that, but nobody gave me a good answer. Battery access right here makes it easy. Come around to the rear door. Very substantial rear door. As you can tell how thick.
Oh yeah, you can feel it.
Yep. And so you have good access back here to everything. All of your hoses, hydraulic hoses, everything's labeled. So it's easy. If you break a hose, you know, you can pull it up and say, all right, I need hose, whatever that part number is. Great access back here. Take these two bolts out right here.
Okay.
Here, and your cooling package swings out so you can blow them out. Also gives you good access to your engine in there.
Oh, this is nice too. It's got that not in the cab like some of them do.
And you got one of your fuel filters is here, your water separator filter, engine oil check is accessible right here.
Okay.
Obviously your air filter's there. Your air condenser package is right here. So everything's nice and neat, but easy to get into. You gotta
Lift that, okay. So it doesn't blow in on you.
You gotta kind of pull it and lift it. Backup camera is standard on all machines. Backup alarm is right there. You'll be able to hear it quite well. Takeuchi Fleet Management comes standard on these machines for 2 years. So it'll tell you the vitals of the machine, if it's got an engine code, what the engine code is. We as a dealer can look it up. So before we have to come look at the machine, we can actually pull it up and say, all right, it's code 1234. This is what we need. Makes it more efficient on your end.
Nice.
Walk around this side. Same thing. You've got your beefy arms. This is your lockout for your hydraulic lift arm. So if you raise this up, this comes out. It's got 2 pins in the back. You just stick it in there so.
Oh, so it can't come down on you. Okay.
Yeah. That's your safety.
Okay.
And that's about it as far as the outside goes.
All right. Let's look at the inside.
You want to get in there?
Yeah. Let me get in, and if you point them out, and I'll try to.
So one thing on a Takeuchi machine, they run engine oil as hydraulic oil.
Okay.
So these machines come from the factory. I think it was a 10W40. So there's no need for any kind of hydraulic oil. So just replace it with standard engine oil.
Okay.
Right below your foot down there is where the hydraulic oil.
Oh yeah, I can see that there. There we go. All right, that's nice.
Your fill is behind this cap right here.
Just
so
pop that bolt.
Take these 2 bolts out, pull it off, and that's where it is. So you can watch the gauge while you're trying to fill everything up.
Oh, that's
so
nice. Yeah, over too much. Yeah.
Right here is an emergency stop switch.
Okay.
So if something happens and somebody's in distress or something, you can just pop that switch and they'll shut it down. On the inside of the cab here, you got heat AC, you got your standard monitor, radio.
Oh yeah, inside. Yeah.
Under the little lock tab right there, that is your hydraulic coupler function.
Okay.
So again, in order to make your hydraulic coupler work, you got to disconnect the hose. So that happens a lot of times. Guys will call and say, "This thing won't come on." Well, that's what it is.
Okay. That makes sense. So you don't leave them on and rip them off.
Exactly. On the floor down there, you've got your foot throttle.
Okay. Yeah.
And to your right, beside the key switch is your dial throttle, so you can set it to whatever RPM you want. So when you start the machine, pull the lap bar down. This is your energize button. So
okay.
You got to turn that on to make the hydraulics go. And whenever you raise that lap bar, you're going to have to do it again. Yeah, just their safety feature. This switch here is your Dpf switch. So in normal times, just let it do its thing, run the machine hard. But there are times where you will have to actually do a regen on it, and push that button to the top and hold it, and it'll start beeping and it'll show on your monitor.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll rev up and just walk away, and it'll do its thing. 15 minutes, and then it'll shut off, go back to normal.
Can you use it during the regen?
Yes.
Okay.
Not if you do a forced regen, you cannot.
Okay, but if it does
if it's doing it itself,
okay,
you can
that's
do
good.
It doesn't. You may notice a slight decrease in performance, but as long as you're running, 3/4 full throttle, you should be fine.
Okay.
To bypass the regen, push that button down.
Okay.
Generally speaking, we like to tell everybody don't do that unless it's absolutely necessary, because if you do it a certain number of times, it's going to lock the machine out. Then we'll have to come hook a laptop to it and force it to do it, and then
we don't want that
cycle. Moving down the line there, you've got your lights, your wiper, your washer, and your eco. This machine's got power, eco, you save some fuel if you run an eco, but it basically won't let you get the 3/4 throttle. That's where you're saving.
So so you're not really saving anything.
Yeah, you're not. So tell everybody just to leave that.
Yeah.
Leave that in power mode and rock on with it.
Buy a Prius if you want an eco mode.
Exactly. Moving on to your side, your left side over there, you've got your auxiliary hydraulic 1s and 2s. I'm trying to see here.
Is that float?
Yep, that's your ride control. So you've got your 2 hydraulics here. These G and H are mainly for your D10, not your D10, but if you had a electrical connection here to go to like a diverter.
Okay.
So if you had like a coal planer or something like that and it had doors on it and side shift, you can hit that and it would shift all that over. If you want to run high flow, you got to turn that on high flow. If you leave it off, it's going to be standard flow.
Okay, even though you're hooked up to it.
Even though you're hooked on high.
Okay.
And then this is your detent. So if you're running a forestry mulcher, you hit that one, and then you can detent and it'll stay spooled up in high flow. If not, if you don't use this one, if you turn that one off, you'll have to hold the button down.
Oh, okay.
So that's the main thing. And that one there is for one-way hydraulics if you're running a breaker or trying to think what else will run one way. Mainly a breaker, so it just sends the fluid one way.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it on those. Your radio, pretty self-explanatory.
Air conditioning, that's like, and then if that's not on, then it's heat, right? Or just air.
It'll blow. If you don't turn the AC port on, it'll just blow whatever ambient temperature it is.
This is a nice size cab.
Yes.
That Manitou was like being in a coffin.
Yeah.
This is nice.
That seat is adjustable. It's got 3 positions. I think it's on the highest position, but basically if you grab the seat base and pull up, it'll go through the clicks and then it'll fall all the way down.
And then do it again.
Yeah, you go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I generally try to set them on the highest one because it seems to be more people are more comfortable being higher.
Well, it's nice too because here, which I couldn't do in the Manitou, I can see the cutting edge.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it in that.
Right.
So
and it also has suspension in there, so you can tighten or loosen that suspension up. Obviously, it moves back and forward and reclines. What else? I'm trying to think. The door. So, have you operated one of these doors before?
Well, not this door. The Manitou had one that folded in half.
Okay.
So this one is
similar.
the whole. Okay.
The best way I tell people to do it is if you're in the cab, there's a handle behind you.
Let's see.
But actually, hold on. You got to push this down. That releases it.
Okay.
And what you got to kind of do, it takes a few times to get used to it because you got to kind of pull forward and down with it.
Kind of like in my excavator. That's how you got to almost lift it in the track to get it.
And once it starts coming forward, it'll fall all the way down.
Okay.
Same thing coming back up. You got to kind of pull it up
and have it snap back in.
One motion kind of up and back, but it'll do it.
Okay.
But yeah, and then if you wanted to lock, there's a lock on the back end that you can lock that in place so it won't fall down.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yep.
Most people don't. I mean, a lot of guys run these with the doors open with heat and air, but it doesn't make sense to me.
No. plus all the dust comes in. At least this has positive pressure keeping the dust out. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have it open unless I'm doing something I got to talk to somebody.
Yeah, and you slide the windows open as well on each side.
Yeah,
it's a little latch
there we go.
Slide back. The rear window, if you ever do have to get out, basically you just kick it out, knock it out.
Okay.
And it comes out. It's large enough you can actually get out of it if you have to.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Yeah, most people don't want to have that happen, but if it does happen, you can certainly get out of it if you need to. Yeah, that's pretty well it.
Well, I'm going to add your card here, but you tell everybody where they can reach you if they're interested.
My name is Ned Boykin. I'm with TEC Equipment out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Our office number is 803-792-6600. 800-288-0150, or my cell phone is 803-860-2841.
And I just have to say, I did get this right on the day that I was promised months and months ago. So you can't go wrong there. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We certainly appreciate it.
Which was very nice. I have to say, TEC went above and beyond, and I'll show all the other things I got after. But this is the next day. It was late by the time he got here. He had over a 3-hour drive to bring it down, so I didn't have a chance to even start it up or look at it. So, but what I did do this morning is I did the most important thing. I got David's memorial sticker on there. Thank you, David. I got him on both sides. Right there. So, and the only other thing that I did do this morning was I installed a fire extinguisher. I like to have them in all my vehicles. So, there it is. So another look at the cab from here. It's very nice. It's so much bigger. So much bigger. There's my hawk talking to me. It's so much bigger than the Manitou was. I mean, unbelievably, the headroom, the visibility that you have down out of the sides. I can see the track. You could not do that in the Manitou. You were so squished in. My one only complaint is that the radio is not Bluetooth. The radio that was in the Manitou, same brand, Jensen, and also I installed the same radio in the Yanmar. So I may end up changing this. This is easy. I just pop these bolts off and I can change the radio over to Bluetooth, because normally I listen, as I've said before, I always have a earbud in so I can listen, because you can't play music for more than like 3 seconds or YouTube will copyright strike you and not put up your video. Well, they'll put up the video, but they'll take whatever money you make from it and they'll give it to whatever songwriter or singer or whoever owned the label. So I normally don't listen to the radio while I'm actually working, but sometimes when I'm not recording, which is quite often, I like to do that. And plus the Bluetooth also, you can talk on the phone. So that's a minor complaint. I mean, that's nothing. But these windows are nice. You need 2 hands to open them, but these windows slide both sides. So if you run with the air conditioning off and the door open, you get a lot of view, a lot of air. Let me get the key out and let's start it up. This will be starting it for the first time. Shut off the air conditioning. Well, I guess we can get the label off. Probably should have left it on. It'd be easier to clean. It only has 1.2 hours, so that's pretty good. The other one had almost 4 when I got it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you about anything. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. I did run it when he was here yesterday, and that's why I say I didn't start it, because he had started it. But it is very smooth. The joystick, well, I got to put the lap bar down in order to do that. But I gotta get rid of that beeper. But it's so effortless. I mean, that's with one finger. These are true pilot controls, just like the Manitou is. But I mean, this is so nice. The other one, I mean, you needed your whole hand to do it. So, very nice. Well, let's shut it off for now. And I do like this safety feature, so that if somebody didn't understand yesterday when Ned was explaining it. You cannot, oh, and the other thing, these are really beefy. The pins that lock the attachments on. And they make these so that if you have a hydraulic failure or something, you can still unlatch these manually. But they are so much beefier. If you go back and look at the Manitous, they were just like a little thin piece of metal. But what I started to say, if you don't disconnect the hoses first, you cannot activate the quick coupler from inside. It will not work. It's this, I guess, right here. So this gets pushed back, and it has a safety switch. And the good thing for that is that you don't have to forget to unhook something and drive away and rip the hose off and or break those couplers. So I really do like that feature as well. But just to give you that is a big cab. It's quite the climb to get up in there. I actually just ordered a second set of forks with a walk-through center, so I don't have to climb up and over the forks. Plus I need 2 sets of forks anyway, one on this, one on the tractor. Put the man basket on the tractor, and then this I can lift up everything. I got the material here, soon going to be building a post and beam roof structure over David's memorial area. So there'll be video on that coming soon. But I do have most of the material here, so that'll be coming up the pike. So, all right, well, I hope everybody got something out of that. If you were interested in this, I would certainly, I wouldn't hesitate. Going to TEC, very good to work with, and the price was good, and got a lot of free extras. Let me show you. I got 2 hats. I got all the filters. I had asked him for if he could bring me the filters for the 50-hour service. So at 50 hours it needs to be done. So he got me all the filters, and it's like $450 or $60 worth of filters. And also got me a nice diamond plate license plate. And again, the little model as well, which I left out there, but you saw that. So, all right, well, I'll get another video of me actually working with it, but I want to get this video up for Thursday, so I'm going to say thanks for watching, catch you on the next one, and trying to beat a hurricane that's coming now. So not really a hurricane, but we're going to get a lot of rain, so I have a few areas that I want to fix, so I probably will put this to good use. So again, everybody, I appreciate you watching. And if you could, one thing too, I remember Chris mentioned this last week, when we look at the analytics, it's like only 10% of the people that watch are actually subscribed. And I always had a goal of getting 5,000 subscribers, and I'm at like 4,700 now, so I only need 300 and something, or a little bit less than 300 maybe by the time this goes up. So if anybody, it doesn't cost anything, and you can do as many as you want, and it just helps out the channel for getting more exposure. The more views and the more interaction, the more YouTube promotes you, and then you get more people. So it's a vicious circle. But again, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Just trying to move a little bit pile from down the end. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. That's about the ramp that I need to bring that down. I'm hoping to bring the General and back it that way, so I may keep working here just a little bit more. But you know where it's coming from, all the way down there. So that's why I want to use the 250 and the General to bring the General down here and back up, and then dump it down there, so I'll have it for filling in the breach and I won't have to move it twice. So, all right, little bonus footage, just getting the machine a little bit dirty, but I love it. I love it.